Okay. So, yes. As this is our first demo, let me first introduce myself. I'm Divya. I have about 8+ years of experience into data analytics, and I'm currently working as a senior data analyst in one of the MNC companies in Hyderabad. I completed my master's in data science, and I have experience in teaching all the data science subjects like SQL, Tableau, Power BI, Python, statistics, and machine learning. Okay, so we are here to learn Tableau, right? So let me start the demo, the introduction of Tableau. But before that, could you please tell me a little bit about you? Like, are you currently working, or do you have already some knowledge on Tableau, or are you planning to learn Tableau tool now only like that?
Yeah, madam. I'm working right. My name is Chambashri. Right now, I'm working in WT Microelectronics as a vendor support representative. I don't have much knowledge about the Tableau, so that I'd
Okay.
like to learn about new things.
Okay, okay, perfect. So do you have any knowledge on SQL, structured query language?
No, no.
Okay, no problem. Actually, we need some concepts, some basics of SQL to learn Tableau as well. To some extent, okay. So all those concepts will also covered in this course. Okay, so no problem. If everyone is completely new to Tableau, and if anyone is, if they are anyone who is from non-IT background, and if they are looking to transit into the IT background like that, if anyone is completely new also, no problem. In our course, we will start everything from scratch. We will learn some SQL Server basics also, whatever required to learn Tableau. Along with that, we will learn all the Tableau concepts with real-time databases and real-time dashboards. Okay, so let's see, try to understand what is Tableau today. Okay, so basically, what is Tableau? Tableau is a visualization tool. Okay, so first of all, it is a visualization tool. Visualization tool in the sense, we know in everywhere, in every domain, actually, we will deal with data, right? Every business right now is depending on the data only, correct? So we need to understand the data. Okay, first of all, in every domain, the domain can be anything. Okay, it's Tableau or any visualization tool is one such subject which is used in every domain, whether it may be IT industry, whether it may be banking industry, whether it may be pharmacy, or any kind of domains like e-commerce websites, or like even in politics, everywhere, whatever the business is. Okay, data analysts or visualization developers are required. So that is the reason this technology is having, especially data science or data analytics, is having huge demand in the market right now, right? So what we will do along with the Tableau in the sense, as we know, everyone do their business to earn some profits, right? So there should be something, there should be someone in their team or in their company to analyze, who will help them to analyze their data, to understand their data, and to create some, someone should required for them to analyze their data. And based upon the analysis we made only, business people will take some decisions, okay, like how to increase their profits, how to increase their sales. If we are talking about any sales data, based upon our analysis, based upon our visualizations or insights only, they will come to one conclusion, like how to increase their sales, like what measures they should take to get some profits, like that. Okay, so that is the reason why Tableau is very important. Tableau or any visualization tool is very important nowadays. Okay, so let's see, let's try to understand what we will do with the Tableau in the sense. Basically, we will connect to data. Okay, in every business, in if we are working as data analyst or Tableau developer, basically for each and every client they will have their own data, right? So we will connect to their database, and we will analyze their data by creating some graphs. Okay, so let's make it very simple. Let's try to understand why Tableau is useful. Okay, so if you can see this picture, this is a screenshot of an Excel file, right? So here you can see some details, like maybe let me zoom it. employee name, employee number, and salary. We are having some rows here, right? So of course, by seeing data like this also, we can understand about the data, right? If I ask you, tell me the employee name who is earning the highest salary, or just tell me the employee name who is earning lower salary also, we can understand and we can answer by seeing this data or by using some filters in this Excel file, right? But again, if we try to analyze this data, if we are trying to analyze from like this Excel sheet or like this format here, if you can observe, we are having only at least in this screenshot we are having only 37 rows, right? So if from this data maybe we can say easily only, but what if we are having thousands of rows and millions of rows? It will be a little bit difficult task, right? Of course we can apply filters in Excel file also, but still it will take some time. We need to do some measures, we need to apply some filters to analyze the answers, to get the outputs, right? So this is just about understanding the salary of employees. But what if we are having some complicated data? It will be really hard to understand if we store the data, that to millions of data like this. Okay, here comes the picture of visualization tools to understand the data easily, to understand what is exactly our data is saying, how our sales, we will have some format of sales. Sometimes according to, suppose if I'm talking about any e-commerce website like Amazon or Flipkart, in some seasons they will get high sales, right? Like maybe festival season, like that. So accordingly, that is just a small example. Everywhere, in every business, by using this visualization tool, we will understand that trend, how the in which particular season or in which particular quarter the sales are increasing, like that. Okay, so for analysis purpose we will use this tool. For example, you saw this Excel file, right? So the same Excel file, the same data, by using the same data, I created this graph. This is a screenshot of Tableau. Okay. So here you can see this is called as horizontal bar graph. I just connected to the same data and I created this graph. So if we see this graph, within seconds I can answer. Here, if I ask you the same question, tell me the employee name who is earning highest salary and lowest salary, in the sense, here simply each bar is indicating the salary of each employee. Wherever we are having a longest bar, that is highest salary, smallest bar is the lowest salary. Along with the, I mean, beside the bar only, even we can see the salary numbers, right? So if you can compare here only, if instead of analyzing the data in this format, if we create some graphs, we can understand and we can analyze the data very easily, so that we can come to some conclusions. And not only this, we have so many functionalities in tablets. By using all those things, we will provide some insights, and whatever insights we created, those will help the business people to make their that will help them in decision making, just to take any good decisions, just to improve their business. This will be helpful. Am I clear whatever I said? All right, let me continue. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay, so next, features of Tableau, but I guess I will explain you about this in tomorrow's class. Okay, first let's understand about Tableau products. Okay, so here basically Tableau products. In Tableau, we are having 6 products. Okay, as you can see here, one is Tableau Desktop. This is the place where we will create all the graphs. Okay, once we are done with our demo classes, I will show you the installation process of Tableau Desktop, and here only we will create all the graphs. Okay, and after explaining this Tableau products, we will, if time permits, we will see how to create our first graph in Tableau Desktop only. Okay, so this is a product from the Tableau where we will create all the graphs. Okay, likewise we are having this many products. Okay, so in that mainly we have something called as Tableau server. Okay, Tableau server is mainly used by administrators. Okay, we will have so many admin functionalities in the Tableau, inside the Tableau server. Okay, so all those things can be done, all the admin functionalities, like if we are working in any project, or basically once we are starting any project, or according to the clients, if we what we will do at this initial stage, if suppose there are some team members in our project, so before starting only, our manager will assign some site roles, some access permissions on the Tableau server. Suppose if we are having some 4 members in team, so which member can able to access what? Like suppose I hope most of us will use Google Drive, right? If we want to share some files in Google Drive, while sharing we can give access permission, right? Whether the viewers, I mean whether the persons whomever we are sending the files, we will give the permission as either view and edit. We can select either they can view or edit the file, right? Likewise in Tableau server also, accordingly we will give some kind of functionalities or permissions which is called as site roles. All those things we will learn very detailedly whenever we are learning Tableau server. Okay, along with all the admin functionalities, we will have so much to do in the Tableau server. In real time we won't work in Tableau desktop. Okay, again Tableau desktop directly we will use in the Tableau server. Once we just started working in any company, we will get our own Tableau server credentials. Okay, we will log in by that credentials, and we will start working on Tableau server. Internally within the Tableau server, again we can use Tableau desktop. Okay, there are so many functionalities, and not only this, by using Tableau server we will create something called as schedules. Okay, what is schedules in the sense? Suppose I created one Tableau graph or Tableau dashboard. Okay, and if I wanted to send that graph to my user or client on daily basis. Okay, so at that time, instead of every day login to my account, and instead of every day saving the same graph, what I can do, I can create a schedule. I'll just whatever graph I wanted to share, that graph I will share to the user. Okay, by creating a schedule in the sense, I will just schedule some frequency, like if I wanted to send daily, at what time, like maybe as in real time we will work for weekdays, right? Like Monday to Friday, on what time exactly I wanted to send, I will select that thing, and accordingly every day, even without I'm doing anything, automatically that file will be sent to the user at that particular time, whatever we created as a schedule. Okay, like that we are having so many options and so many functionalities in Tableau server. Even we can track the usage of how much time we spent on creating the graphs. Everything is stored in the Tableau server itself. Okay, so each and everything we will learn practically in this course. Along with the Tableau desktop, we will also learn Tableau server. Okay, so if you learn Tableau server parallelly, and and along with that we'll have something called as Tableau prep. I'll explain that in a while. So in this course, not only Tableau desktop, we will learn practically Tableau server and Tableau prep also. So that if you learn these things, that will be an added advantage for you. Okay, so now let's try to understand what is Tableau prep. Tableau prep is a kind of ETL tool, that is extraction, transformation, and loading. So let me I won't get into much technical, I won't use much technical terms today. Let me explain you very simply. So basically, as I said, we will connect to the data first of all, right? So we will connect to the data first of all, then only we will create the graphs, right? So what we will do basically, if our data is having some kind of something where we need to clean the data. Okay, suppose before creating the graphs, if we want to clean our data, suppose if our data contains some null values, some duplicate values, we will have some concept called as outliers, or like that. If we wanted to filter the data accordingly, whatever cleaning steps, we will have something called as cleaning steps. So before creating the graphs, if we want to perform some cleaning steps, we will use ETL tools. Okay, we are having so many ETL tools in the market. And in Tableau, within the Tableau, we are having one tool called as Tableau Prep, one product called as Tableau Prep. This is a kind of ETL tool only. We'll perform so many, cleaning steps in this Tableau Prep. Along with that, basically, we will transform the data. We will extract the data from any of the data source. We will transform the data according to our requirement, and we will load that data back to the Tableau desktop or Tableau server. Okay. So here, I won't use much technical terms today, but in our complete course, in the complete course duration, we will learn these three concepts. Our main focus will be on the Tableau desktop. Whatever, I mean, all the being a Tableau developer, mostly we will work on Tableau desktop only. So all the concepts, whatever we'll have, that will be on the Tableau desktop. Once we are done with that, we will learn additionally Tableau server and Tableau prep also. Okay. These are all the products of Tableau. Next, we are having something called as Tableau Reader. Tableau Reader, in the sense, it is just normally, it is a very normal product. We can even ignore, that is not that useful. But what is Tableau Reader? In the sense, if anyone is saving any Tableau files on that product, okay, so any user, whoever want to access that files, they can just access very freely. Suppose for example, if I save any text file or Excel file in my computer, okay, so whenever I want, I can just come, I open my system and I can access that file, right? In the same way, any users can use or store their Tableau visualizations on the Tableau Reader, and whenever they want, they can open and they can use them. Okay, even without anyone's permission, we can use all the files which are saved on the Tableau Reader. Okay, but this is not that useful. We can ignore this. Okay, so next we are having Tableau Public. So what is Tableau Public? In the sense, from in Tableau Public also we can create all the things, like whatever we can do in the Tableau desktop, all those things can be done by using Tableau Public also. Okay, that is, we can create graphs, we can create dashboards, everything can be done on Tableau Public also. So what is the difference between Tableau desktop and Tableau Public? In the sense, the same, but Tableau desktop is basically provided for only 14 days free trial. Okay, if we wanted to use Tableau desktop, I can just install, we can just register it. After installing, we can use it only for the 14 days freely. Okay, so after 14 days, again, if we wanted to continue the use of Tableau desktop, what I will suggest to all my students, that if you can able to get any student ID card, okay, it may, from any of your friends or families, or whoever currently studying anything, okay, it may be graduation or any student ID card. If you can able to get any student ID card, there is one website, I will show you the process. If you upload that student ID card there, we will get one product key. Okay, basically Tableau desktop is freely available for 1 year for students. So for that purpose, we will use any student ID card, and we will register in that site as a student, and we will get one product key. By using that, we can use Tableau desktop freely for 1 year. Okay, is that clear? So if not Tableau desktop, suppose after 14 days you cannot able to get any student ID card, you cannot do all this process, you can use Tableau Public. By using Tableau Public also, you can create all the graphs. But the main disadvantage here is, in Tableau desktop, whatever graphs we create, all those graphs will save, we can save that in our local systems. Okay, that is in our laptops or whatever systems we will create the graphs, all the graphs will be saved locally. Okay, and we are having so many data sources available in Tableau. What is data source? I will explain you in a while. Okay, but in Tableau Prep, we can just create the graphs. Whatever graphs or dashboards we will create, that will be saved into the cloud. We cannot save them into our local systems. Okay, so that is one drawback. And the second point here is, as I said, in Tableau Desktop, we are having so many data sources. Actually, without explaining you what is data sources, you won't understand this point. So let me explain you this point later. Okay. So basically, this is about the Tableau products. Tableau Desktop, Tableau Reader, Tableau Public, Server, Online, and Prep. What is Tableau Online in the sense? Here, for we need to create our own Tableau online account. Okay. So as I said, in real time, we will work on Tableau server only, right? So once we joined in any company, according to our, we will get our Tableau server credentials. We will use that credentials and we will log into the Tableau server and we will work on it. Okay. But in, normally, whenever we are learning in the learning process, to use the Tableau server, what we need to do, we need to create our own Tableau online account. Okay. So once we create our own Tableau online account by using our email IDs or Gmail IDs, we will get some credentials. Okay. So by using that credentials, again, we can log in back to the Tableau server. Okay. So that is a concept. This also how to create an online account, and by using that credentials, how to log in to the Tableau server and how to access the Tableau server also we will learn very practically in going forward classes. Okay. So in this course, we will cover Tableau Desktop, Tableau Public, Tableau Prep, and we will understand how to create Tableau online account. So almost 4 products will be covered. Okay. As I said, Tableau Public and Tableau Desktop is same. So we will learn and we will deal with almost all the products in this course. Okay. So this is about the Tableau products. We have something called as Tableau community. Tableau is one Tableau is one such product-based company by in which they will have their own community and they created all these products. Okay. So basically by using Tableau, we will create some visualizations by using which we will help all the businesses to increase their profits kind of thing. Okay. So that is about the Tableau products. Next, let's just try to understand. Yes, maybe in tomorrow's class, I will explain you about the features of Tableau. Today, let's directly open a Tableau desktop and let's try to understand the user interface of Tableau. Okay, so here is my Tableau desktop. Going forward, I will show you the installation process of Tableau desktop. But let me just open it for now. Right, so this is the user interface of Tableau desktop. Once we open Tableau desktop, you can see something called as connect panel towards the left side. So before understanding this, let me go back to this page and first let me show you how we will work on the Tableau. Okay, so as I said, we will create some graphs, right? So how we will do that in the sense, suppose imagine this is our database. Okay, I'm having my client's data in this database. Okay. So now I want to analyze this data. So to analyze this data, we will use maybe Tableau desktop or Tableau server. Okay. This is the Tableau desktop where we will create some Tableau graphs. Okay. So imagine like this. So now obviously to create some Tableau graphs, definitely we need data, right? So first we need to connect to the data, then only we can able to create the graphs, right? So definitely there should be something in between which helps us to connect the data from the database to the Tableau desktop, right? Definitely there will be some communication path or there will be something in between which connects our data to the Tableau desktop, right? That is called as Tableau connection. Okay. Tableau connection. Basically, there are two types of Tableau connections. That is, one is live connection and the second one is extract connection. Okay. So what is live connection and what is extract connection, and in which scenarios we will use live connection and extract connection, we will learn going forward in our Tableau connections class. In some couple of days, we will start this concept, that is Tableau connections. In that class, we will uh, learn deeply about the connections, the types of the connections, and when, in which scenarios we will use which connection. Okay. So for now, just try to understand. We first want data and we need to connect the data, and then only we can create the graphs. Okay. So I hope I'm clear. Let's get back to our Tableau desktop. So as I said, first we need to connect the data, right? So that is what, once we open the data in this first user interface, you can see something called as connect panel here. Below that, we can able to see the list of data. So list of the files available here. Suppose you can see the data can be, first of all, the data can be in any format, right? It can be in the form of Excel file, it can be in the form of text file, PDF file, like that. The data can be in the form of any format or any server like Oracle server, MySQL, SQL server, like that. We have so many data sources available. Each and every format of the data which we will basically connect is called as a data source. Okay. Very important term in Tableau, that is data source. What is data source? In the sense, each and every format way of data. Okay, that is, in Excel files also we will store data, right? In text files, in SQL server, like that. Any databases or any files, basically each and everything is called as a data source, where basically on the data sources only the data will be available in some formats, right? So like that, there in the correct connect panel we have so many data sources here. That is, whatever accordingly, whatever we wanted to connect. Suppose usually what we will do in real time, we will connect to our client's database and we will start working on it. Suppose in between, if our client sends some data in the form of Excel file or text file, we need to connect that file also and we need to start working on that data also. Like that, we are having so many uh, options available here. If I am clicking on more here, this many servers are available in Tableau. That is, this each and everything is called as a data source. Okay, that is what I was about to say in this point. That is difference between Tableau desktop and Tableau public, in the sense, in Tableau desktop we are having so many data sources, right? Like how just now we saw, if we click on more, each and everything is called as a data source. This many data sources is available here in Tableau desktop. I can connect accordingly whatever I want, right? Whereas in Tableau public, this many data sources is not available, especially servers are not available. Only we can easily connect to Excel file. Okay, so along with Excel file, we will have a limited data sources. So for practice purpose, if not Tableau desktop, we can download and we can install Tableau public and we can practice there by using some Excel files or some limited data sources. Okay, but whatever, again, whatever graphs we create, that won't be saved in our systems. Okay, that is the difference between Tableau desktop and Tableau public. So now let's get back to the Tableau user interface, desktop user interface. So this is the connect panel. According to our requirement, we will connect to any file to get the data. Okay, here we have something called as open section. All my recent graphs will be all my recently opened graphs will be and seen here. Okay, displayed here. Next we have something called as quick start. That is, we have something called as a ready-made dashboards and sample workbooks available here. If you want, we can just use them. Okay, and towards the bottom left we have something called as saved data sources. So Tableau, what they did for practice purpose, they are providing two data sources, that is sample superstore and world indicators, which in this is each of this data source we are having so much of data. So by using that data, we can try to understand how to use Tableau concepts. Okay, so these are the data sources. These data sources are provided by Tableau itself. Okay, and towards the right side we have something called as discover. This one is if we get any updates from Tableau community, we can able to see that from here. Okay, so now this is about the user interface. First, let's just connect to today. Let's just create our first graph. Okay, for that, let me connect to any Excel file. Here you can see in below connect panel, I'm having Microsoft Excel. I'm just clicking on it. Suppose here I'm having sample superstore data. As you can see at the bottom also, that is it data provided by Tableau itself. In this data, we are having a perfect data which helps us to learn each and every concepts of Tableau. So for now, I'm using the same file. I'm clicking on open. Basically that is an Excel file in which we'll have three sheets. Okay, uh, orders, people and returns. Let's work on the orders table now. So immediately once I connected to Excel file, I was redirected. I got read I just redirected to this page, right? This is nothing but data source level. If you can see here towards the bottom left, you can see a data source tab. Okay, this is a data source level. We can say here only on the data source page only we can able to see the connection details. That is what basically for what file I got connected to. Below connections you can see I got connected to Microsoft Excel and the file name is sample superstore, right? Like that we'll have the connection details and we'll have the data accordingly. In this Excel file I'm having three sheets. Okay, so to get the data, what we need to do, I need to drag this orders and drop it here. Then automatically I can able to preview my data here like this. I can able to view my data like this. Okay, so if you can see here directly I got the data in the tables and we are having so many columns here like row ID, order date, ship mode. Like that we are having so much of data here, right? And these are some field names towards the left side you can see here. Okay, and if you observe, so in SQL, we have something called as data types, right? In SQL, what we will do, we will store the data in the form of tables like this only. But whenever we are defining the tables, we will define the data types, right? That is data type in the sense that data type only decides what type of value we can enter inside any column. Okay, this is a column here. Okay, row ID is one column, order ID is one column, like that. So there in SQL, we will define all the data types manually. Okay, but here in Tableau is very smarter enough. It automatically recognizes the data type. Once we just, it is a very simple tool. No coding is involved. Everything we can easily learn. Okay, we will just do everything by using some drag and drops and by just using some normal functionality, some right clicks, drag and drops, and we will create something called as calculated fields in which we will use some functions. But that this entire Tableau concept is no coding will be involved here. Okay, that is so that for that reason very easily the subject is very easily we can understand the concepts. Okay, so here as I'm saying, Tableau is very smarter. It automatically recognizes the data types here. Once I just you dragged this data to here. If you can see, we are having some symbols. Basically, what are the data types we are having in the sense? One is numerical data type where I can store numbers. Okay. Next, character or string data type where basically I will store all the characters. Next, date data type where I will store all the dates. And next, geographical data type where I will store about all the geographical data like maps, locations kind of thing. Okay, so these four data types are available in Tableau. So here each once I get the data, I can see some symbols here. Hash indicates numerical data type. Okay, that is you can see here row ID 1234, this is numbers. So I automatically um, Tableau recognized this as a numerical data type. Hash in the sense numerical data type, ABC in the sense character data type, calendar symbol you can see that is date data type, and next we will have something called as globe, that is geographical data type, globe symbol you can see here. That means on what columns I'm having globe symbol, country, city, state, like that, where we will use this data inside the maps, right? Like that. We didn't define any data types. Automatically Tableau only recognizing the data types, and it is displaying like this, right? And if you can see here towards the top right, we are having something called as connection. As I said just now, to connect, we need basically to connect the data to the Tableau desktop, we will use this connection, right? And we are having two types of connection, that is live and extract, which we will learn going forward. Okay, so this is about the data source level. So to create our graphs, we need to go to sheet level. That is, I'm just clicking on sheet 1. Okay, so creating graphs is very simple here. Before that, we need to understand what is this. Okay, if you can see here, in the data source page, I got my data. I'm having this many columns. Okay, all these columns, when I went into the sheet 1, I can see here the list of all the fields available, right? So here, if you can see at the top, it is showing us the data source name. That is, we are working on orders sheet of sample superstore, and below tables we can see the list of column names available. But if you clearly observe, there is a separate line here, right? All our columns are divided into two types. Okay, so what is that in the sense? The first, below above this line, this is called as dimensions. Okay, and this are called as measures. Okay, dimensions and measures. So what is dimension, what is measure, I'll just explain you in a while. But before that, let me ask you one thing, Sri. So is the time 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST is comfortable for you to attend the class? 7 p.m. to 8
Hello,
p.m.
7
Yes.
p.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Let me complete this demo today. How much I can comfortable to easily understand that. Based on that, I can come back to you on this. Is it fine? Because
Uh,
already I have registered with some other courses as well.
okay.
That's why.
So is that timing okay, 7 to 8 p.m.? Because the reason why I'm saying this today only in the sets, last
Mm,
week we started one batch for 7
okay.
p.m. to 8 p.m. IST. So this is a
Okay.
kind of add-on batch. How many students we will get here? Actually, we will
Mm-hmm.
just club that students in the 7 to 8 o'clock batch. That is the reason I'm asking, and I'm letting you know here only. So
Okay,
after
fine.
3 days
Yeah.
from Monday, the timing will be from 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. IST.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, so that is the reason I'm just telling you first only. If that timing slot is available for you, then only we will continue,
Mm-hmm.
because as I said, already one batch is formed at this timing. So we will
Mm-hmm.
just 3 days. I will explain some concepts here, and from Monday, I will just convert the students to the 7 to 8 p.m. batch.
Okay, fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. So
Yeah.
actually, we are almost done with the time. If I start explaining also, now I cannot finish. Let's connect tomorrow also with the same 6 p.m. With the same link. Okay, I'll continue from this part. And before that, let me show you my course content. As you know, the course duration is of 40 days. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and the course fees is of 8,000. Okay, here I will cover some basics of SQL, which is needed to learn Tableau. Everything I will explain very detailedly from scratch. Okay, so along with that, we will cover all the Tableau concepts like introduction to Tableau, Tableau features, Tableau products, importance or implementation of Tableau in real world, user interface of Tableau desktop, installation of Tableau desktop, data types, how we will basically generate Tableau reports from using text files and Excel files, measures and dimensions, continuous data and discrete data. These are some basic concepts. Okay, next in within the Tableau user interface only, we will have these things. We will discuss this one also very detailedly. Next, Tableau architecture. Then SQL Server basic concepts with the installation. First, I will show you the installation process of SQL Server. Then we will learn some basic concepts of SQL Server. And then we will start creating our Tableau graphs by using SQL Server. Here, we will use one real-time database in the SQL Server. By using that database only, we will learn all the Tableau graphs. Okay. So as whatever file I used just now, sample superstore Excel file, that file also I will use. Along with that, SQL Server real-time database also I will use. So in Tableau, basically we will work with data warehouse. So what is data warehouse? What is the difference between database and data warehouse? We will understand. And then we will just understand our real-time database, and I will give you this database, how I will show you how to restore this database in your systems. Okay. Then from here, our actual concepts will start. Tableau connections, Tableau access, then very important joins. If we have data in multiple tables, we need to use joins basically to combine the data. Okay, that is joins. And suppose if we have data in multiple data sources, as I said, while working, if I have data suppose in my client's database, okay, I'm already working with a database. Suddenly my client sent some data in one Excel file. Now I wanted to parallelly work on these two formats, two data sources, as I said just now. So when to combine the data from the multiple data sources, we will use a concept called as data blending. Okay, how we will basically add or combine that data. Suppose in Excel file I'm having some data, in text file I'm having some data, in database I'm having some data. If I wanted to create one graph by taking all those data, so to just combine those data, we will use a concept called as data blending, which is again very important. Okay. Next, filters in Tableau. We are having so many filters in Tableau. We will learn each one very detailedly. Next, Tableau actions, hierarchy, Tableau parameters, how creating and using parameters and creation of dynamic Tableau graphs. That is, Tableau parameter is one such concept which is really important. In real time, we will use them very frequently. That is, we need to create graphs very dynamically. Okay. Normally, instead of creating static graphs, in real time, we will create dynamic graphs so that if user gives any input accordingly, our graph should change. For that, we will use some concept called as parameters. Along with that, at the bottom, you can see some sets. So like that, we will have some concepts. By using that concepts, we will create some Tableau dynamic graphs. Okay. Next, visualization concept. Here in Tableau, we are having 24 inbuilt graphs. In each and every graph, we will learn very detailedly uh, in this visualizations concept. Basically, creating graphs is very simple, but we need to understand for what type of data, what graph we will create. Okay, that understanding we will you will come to know in this visualizations concept. We will discuss about each and every graph very detailedly there. Okay. Next, we will discuss some more advanced graphs. These are all inbuilt graphs. These are some of the advanced graphs which we will use frequently in real time. Each one we need to perform to create these advanced graphs. We need to use some steps. Each and every steps we will learn very practically. Okay. Next, Tableau sets using parameters, Tableau groups, Tableau functions. We are having some functions in Tableau, and these functions, by using this, we will create some calculated fields. Okay, that also we will learn very detailedly. Next, drop lines, trend lines, forecasting lines. So this is again, as I said, we will by using Tableau, we will learn some trends of the data, like from last 2 years, how the data is there. Like we will create some trends out of our graphs. Okay, that is called as trend lines. And forecasting, in the sense, trend line is something we will try to understand about our past data. Along with that, we will even predict our future data, that is forecasting, like for the next 6 months how our sales will be, next 1 year how our sales will be, like that. Okay, for that we will use one concept called as forecasting. Next, very important, Tableau dashboards and Tableau stories. Tableau dashboards, in the sense, each and every graph individually first we will create, and if we dashboard, in the sense, collection of all the sheets in one dashboard. If we are using all the Tableau graphs, that is called as dashboard. Okay, let me show you one picture quickly. So after finishing all the concepts, we will learn Tableau dashboard, creation of this Tableau dashboard very technically from scratch. This is HR Analytics dashboard. We will learn how to create this dashboard from scratch. Okay. So basically in real time, we will create dashboards like this. And next, Tableau stories. Next, how to create Tableau online account, how we will use Tableau server, Tableau prep, Tableau bins. This all concepts we will cover, and at the end, as I shown you this picture, we will create the same output from scratch. We will create this real-time dashboard. Okay, this is the course content, and the duration is of 40 days. Course fees is of 8,000. Okay, if you are interested, you can just register with us. Any doubts?
Hello. For this license, it is required to install that software.
As I said, 14 days freely you can get. After that, if you can able to get any student ID, I will show you that process. In every batch, each of my student will do that only. You can just from your maybe friends or families or neighbors, you can easily get any student ID card, right? If you can able to get a picture of a student ID card, just take one picture. So I'll show you the process where to upload that student ID card, and then we will get one product key. By using that, we will get 1 year free license of Tableau desktop. Okay.
Okay.
So that is the process basically. Everyone, we should follow that process only.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so today as the time is we are already done with the time, we are unable to create our first graph. In tomorrow's class we will just continue with the same process. Okay,
Yeah.
all right, Sri. So that's it for today's class. Let's connect tomorrow.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.